Hello, this is Dr. Linda Martinez-Louie. I'm a clinical expert on the narcissistic personality and the host of the Narcissist in Your Life podcast. I'm also a psychotherapist and author. I offer in-depth analysis, strategies, and practices for those psychologically and emotionally harmed and abused by toxic, predatory, narcissistic personalities through my books, Recovering and Healing After the Narcissist, and Freeing Yourself from the Narcissist in Your Life, both available at Amazon and with other distributors. I also offer international telephone consultations. I put the emphasis on helping my clients to access the calming, restorative parts of the parasympathetic body-mind systems that lead to healing and the evolution of the true authentic self and the full use of all of your unique creative gifts. I'd like to speak with you about Covert Narcissist, Fortified with Impenetrable Defenses. The narcissistic personality possesses defense mechanisms that are very, very strong, like titanium. The defense mechanism I want to speak with you about today is projection. Projection is a primitive defense mechanism used by the covert narcissist. He or she incessantly ejects psychological venom onto his victims, especially those close with him in his inner circle: spouses, ex-spouses, children, in-laws, siblings, even friends. The biggest advantage here is that these victims, advantage for the covert narcissist, are part of his inner circle, the secret place where the covert can be completely himself without any consequences to his impeccable, heavily prized and protected inviolate image. Surrounded by his intimates, in quotes, the covert narcissist is free to bulldoze, decimate, psychologically torture, humiliate, demean, even annihilate those whom he knows will never tell anyone about the dark beast that lives inside of this human being. When you are the recipient of a primitive projection, your guts churn, your heart beats wildly, you feel like disappearing, your rational thought processes evaporate, you feel violated, even annihilated. You long to disappear, but there's nowhere to hide. Projections originate in the unconscious of the perpetrator. In these dark recesses, powerful, untrammeled feelings and inclinations are brewing and foment upward into consciousness. The control-obsessed covert narcissist uses this very cruel vehicle as a way of controlling and intimidating others. With these volleys of projection, there is no let-up. Just when you think the onslaught of these projections is over, the covert begins with more and more of them coming through with no slowing down. It feels to the recipient as unending, taking on a life of its own. You feel like someone is vomiting on you. You smell the poisonous breath. The psyche runs dark, rabid, out of control. Finally, this part is over, and you begin to take stock and kind of lick your wounds and beg for respite. The narcissist takes a brief break from the volleys of these projections, but the victim never knows how long the peace intermission will last and doesn't know when the battle will resume. As a result, victims of narcissistic abuse are always living in survival mode. The sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. We are designed to be capable of coping with danger when necessary. Our central nervous system produces adrenaline in the sympathetic nervous system when we are required to either defend ourselves or challenge an enemy. When danger passes, the person moves back into the calming, quieting part of the nervous system, the parasympathetic. But this doesn't happen when you are involved with a narcissistic personality. You never know when this person will start reigniting their battle through these primitive projections. The psychological, biochemical, and emotional effects of persistent and intermittent projection takes a toll on those who experience narcissistic abuse. They become weary and exhausted from continually accessing the survival mode. In some cases, victims use up their energy resources and become chronically ill and can have such syndromes as chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue, autoimmune illnesses, etc. You deserve to live with a partner or on your own in a state that is calming, restorative, and transformative. This is the parasympathetic. This is the healing part of the nervous system. This is a quieting. This is a calming part of yourself that you deserve to experience most of the time. So, in a lot of my work, I am dealing with individuals who have been on the receiving end of the covert narcissist's poisonous, primitive projections. And it is so difficult for these individuals who have experienced narcissistic abuse, especially from partners or spouses, to begin to recognize that they must not and do not any longer have to be in this kind of a non-relationship that is annihilative, very painful, and punitive. When you come to a time of decision that you will no longer have a non-relationship with a covert narcissist, this is a very big step. And as a result, you have moved onto an absolutely different pathway, a different neuronal pathways in your life, a different pathway in terms of your seeking the true authentic self, the use of all your creative gifts, and also learning practices of self-care that you do each day. So many of these are fundamental, having to do with getting the sleep and rest that you need and deserve, eating nourishing food, being with individuals whom you can trust, who are restorative, calming, understanding, and empathic with you and respect you. Also, recognizing and being in touch with your unique creative gifts. For some individuals who are in the process of recovering and healing, they find that having certain spiritual practices is very helpful to them. For some, it is restorative yoga, with the emphasis on the calming breath and doing basic poses in the moment. Doing yoga poses in the moment takes us into a mindful state where we can feel a sense of calm that is restorative and reassuring. You deserve to have these feelings deep inside. There also is a mindset that you will now have as you move further and further along your own pathways of transformation and restoration. And that is that you are entitled to deep inner peace. You deserve this. So give yourself a lot of credit for all the research that you have done on the covert narcissist, your understanding of these primitive projections, the fact that these projections have nothing to do with who you truly are at all. They are coming from the unconscious, the deep unconscious, and the pathology of the covert narcissist. You are going to put this behind you and move as you move forward along this incredible road, less traveled, the road of the true authentic self. I look forward to speaking with you again very soon, and I will be talking about the other defense mechanisms of the covert narcissist. In the meantime, remember to put yourself first. This is absolutely essential. Visit my website, thenarcissistinyourlife.com. There you can contact me about a telephone consultation, and click also to purchase my books, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Healing After the Narcissist.